Elite Dangerous is back in a big way. Many of us have been noticing that, but more importantly, system colonization itself is now back online. It's actually been back online for a few days at this point. Now, a while ago, Frontier had to pause this. They didn't go into too many details on why that was, but it appears, at least based on comments around the internet, around the forums and Reddit and whatnot, that this was down to various people finding out how to exploit system colonization, taking systems and getting the stations built and all that lovely stuff in a very fast way, in a way that wasn't at all planned. So it seems that has been fixed after the system being paused. Frontier have turned this back on, but this has come with some other problems. Frontier have said that due to the rate at which the bubble is expanding, at which new systems are being colonized, is, it's causing a problem when it comes to maintenance. Now, every Thursday, those of you who are new to the game, and those of you been playing for a decade at this point, will know that the Elite servers go offline on a Thursday, and then there's maintenance there. They come back online shortly thereafter. Sometimes this can be fairly quick, but in recent times, since system colonization, this system maintenance has been going on for a much larger period of time. And this, as it turns out, is all down to the brand new stations that players are building. You see, it takes time when the servers are offline to have these stations spun up and become fully active. Recently though, Frontier have confirmed that this is causing a problem with the maintenance, and yeah, they say since the release of Trailblazers, we have seen an impressive number of stations and outposts built by the community. However, this has had a significant impact on our weekly maintenance cycle, as each new station requires time during maintenance to become fully operational. As a result, today's maintenance cycle was going to be significantly longer, and we made the decision to bring the game back online. So what they're saying there is that they cut maintenance short. It was going to be much longer, but instead of having it be many hours long, they just cut it short and put it back online. So this led to another problem. They say the remaining stations will be made operational next week. So yeah, because of cutting the maintenance short, it means that not all stations that were in the phase where they were ready to go operational are now unfortunately not currently operational. We're going to have to wait for the next maintenance server maintenance for that to happen. Now obviously what this implies is there's going to be an increasing backlog of stations that remain offline. Although Frontier haven't directly said that themselves, it is pretty much implicit in what they're saying, because look at it this way. If players build X number of stations each week, and that requires Y number of hours at the end of the week to have those stations become operational, but Frontier cut it short each week, then the backlog, the queue, is going to keep increasing. And whilst eventually they will get round to every station, it's going to cause an increasing problem as time moves on. It seems that Frontier are aware of this, because they go on to say, whilst we are in beta, we will continue to monitor this data continuously to improve Trailblazers. So it is possible that as development of this station slows down, as players perhaps don't produce quite so many stations, once everyone's claimed a station, this process may bottom out a little bit and they become less of a problem. But that is dependent on players slowing down. Fortunately, Frontier are looking at an alternate solution here. They say, we are investigating a solution so the extended downtime will not continue to be an issue. The unfortunate situation here then is that Frontier are in the unenviable position of still needing this weekly server maintenance, and alongside the new systems they're deploying into the game, such as system colonization, it is increasing the need for maintenance itself rather than bringing it down or lowering it. But that's fine, we'll see how it goes over the coming weeks. Hopefully Frontier, fingers crossed, will get an active solution out there and get this all up to speed without any problems. Now, I don't know how many stations rather, are still pending, and that should have gone live this week. Hopefully not too many. The good news is though that a significant number of players are continuing to enjoy the Trailblazers content. In related news, Frontier released Update 2 for Trailblazers, and this had a number of fixes in it. Most notably was a temporary system that Frontier have deployed to fix the issue, the bug that says system claim unsuccessful. So what's happening here is that some systems people are claiming are not, well, I guess the one way of saying this is not compatible, they're invalid, they can't actually be used, and you get this error. So what's going to happen here is that after one such unsuccessful claim has been made, that star system will then be marked as invalid and no further claim attempts will be permitted. Frontier say this is a known issue which is caused by the game being unable to locate a suitable position for the initial starport, and they say that can occur for many different reasons. They also said that repeated claim attempts by any player on an affected system will never result in success. So yeah, what this means is that as players locate more and more invalid star systems, there will be this invisible database, this invisible list of systems that cannot be colonized, which will stop players wasting their time and keep repeating their claims. Now, Frontier have said this is a temporary fix, this is a temporary issue. So what they looks like they're going to be doing is going through the various different issues that are blocking the system colonization and then resolving them. And as they do this, all the affected systems will be removed from the invalid system list, which in turn would free them up for claiming at a later date once all that is fixed. So that's where we are today with Elite Dangerous. That brings us up to date with all the news. Thanks for watching this video. There is another one on the screen right here if you want to check that one out. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.